This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and it's Friday, August the 9th. It's Friday, August the 9th, and I'm ready to do some art. I am ready to do some art. Let's get into my live chat so I can see who comes in and chat with them. So, okay. I usually work on my angel book while I'm waiting. So let's open that up. We all can use some angels in our life, can't we? Yeah, angels. I think they are beings sent to help us along life's way. Hi, Mitzi. Hello, Mitzi. How you doing? Look at this angel. Ooh, he has to be my angel. He's all gold. He's all gold. Let's see. I might need to adjust my camera a little. Hi, Giovanna. Welcome, welcome. Let's adjust my camera. Well, actually, well, yeah, I probably should. Let's move it this way. Is that the right way? It's not listening to me. There it goes. And it's a little crooked. See, my book is straight. What did it do? It went back again? Did I go the wrong way? Oh, I'm looking at my laptop, not my phone. I think it's okay. Who's come in? Let's see who's come in. Hi, Janet. Hi, Joan and Kendra and Cheryl. Hi, ladies. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad to see all of you. Yay. Hi, Gio, Mitzi says. Gio says, hi, Mitzi. Janet's here. Giovanna, Joan Bell, Kendra, Cheryl. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a really good Friday. Lynn says, hello, Mary and all listening while driving. Drive carefully, Lynn. Are you driving home from work, I hope? Oh, Janet, I'm so glad that you're feeling better today. Those migraines really attack you, don't they? Yeah, I have my webcam. I have my webcam fixed. Am I? Let me look at it in here. No, it is still off a little. I think I had it fixed and then it bounced back. Let's see if I can move this a little here. Am I moving it the wrong way? They take control of your camera. Now, let's see if it stays that way. And I've got a glare on here. I've got a glare here. Sorry about that. My golden angel is glaring. Let's see. Let's put. Yeah, my webcam. Well, see, it bounced. Did it bounce back again? It bounced back again. They want to center it. They take control of my camera. I'm gonna kind of complain about that, I think. Come on. I want it over this way. YouTube has control of my camera, and so okay, it says it's moved it on my board. Let's zoom out just one. I don't think I like the idea that it takes control of my camera like that, because it can. That's interesting. Let's see if it stays now. Let's see if it stays or if it bounces back. Move my book a little. All right, let's look at chat again. They're saying hello to everybody out there, telling Janet to feel better. Welcome everybody who's come in. Welcome, welcome. See, did it bounce back again? I think did it bounce back or no? Yeah, it did. It bounced back again. Did it or didn't it? Let's just move my book. I'm tired of fussing with it. Hi, Allie. Hi, Lori Loves Montana. Welcome, everybody. Did you catch Barb Owen today? Barb Owen surprised us with an impromptu. She was showing us her stitch fabric, and she did a mandala, and which one of these? Should I use this one? And she was showing us her first ever art journal. That was pretty cool. I was actually went on the internet this afternoon to look for a flapper in a flapper dress, a free one that I could use as a reference photo, and I noticed that Barb Owen was, I get the notification that Barb Owens was live, so I had to pop over there and see what was going on. I wanted to find a photograph of a gangster with a hat on. Allie Kay says, I looked after lunch, but no one was on. She must have come on after. Yes, it was in the afternoon. I don't know what time she came on because she was already on when I found the notification. I was getting ready for my stream tonight, and I said I wanted a picture of a flapper because that carving of that eraser that I did, they called it a flapper in the book, but she looks more like just like a dancer. And I found pictures of gangsters, but none of them had hats on because they were all mug shots. And they made them take their hat off, I guess, to take a picture of the mug shot once they were caught. Well, I think Al Capone had some pictures out there, and I didn't look that much because Barb Owen was on. So that's what I did this afternoon. I took a nap. There we go. Get some gold on this page. Gold for a golden angel. Angel portraits. This guy has to be my angel. He's all gold. He's all gold. It's Raphael. And I'm trying to read the print here. Polychromed wood. 70 by 39.5 inches. Los Angeles County Museum. So this angel lives in California. He's my angel, I've decided. Let's see, let's just go to a page back here. Just smear some, get what I have off on here. There we go. So let me put this aside so that where the fan, and if you hear a humming noise in the background, if you hear a humming, I do have the fan on because it's still pretty warm here. It's still pretty warm. So I hope you all are having the start to a good weekend. Make it a good weekend. I might do a marathon tonight. I planned for one, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel come 11 o'clock. I got to put this across the room where the fan won't blow on it. I certainly have enough to do a marathon. I certainly have enough to do. I have a list. I don't understand how that camera is working there. We'll just work with it. I'm not going to fight with it today. Hi, Mary Lou, Auntie Loopy. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Mary, I took a nap after dinner, so I could be awake. Oh. Hi, Sticky Art Channel. You tried gold foiling? Did you enjoy that? Barb Owen. There's Barb Owen. Hi, Barb. We were talking about you. We were talking about you. I was asking them if they caught your show this afternoon. All right. I make a list, or I try to make a list, so, because, you know, in my in my aging years, I forget what I wanted to do. There's an angel book. I wanted to show you my happy mail that I got today because I laughed and laughed and laughed. I got a birthday card. It says, cheer up. It's her birthday, and we're giving you a free 2x2 quick pick. It's from the Nebraska lottery. You're giving me a free, and then he's the cute. He says, that's better. I love him. And then it's a free lottery ticket. You can, I guess the day that you turn it in must be the next day or something. I'll have to see. I don't play the 2x2 quick pick thing. 2x2 quick pick. But they sent me a free lottery ticket. Maybe I could win up to $22,000. It says, tear it out, fill it out, and take it to the Nebraska lottery, a Nebraska lottery retailer, and treat yourself to a chance at winning up to $22,000. Wouldn't that be nice for my birthday? That's my happy mail share. Happy mail share. So, I also found this book this was Extraordinary Women Scientists. And I got this sometime last year, and I started drawing in it. I started drawing. Of course, now I probably can't. Oh, here, I drew this lady. So I just went over to the page. I picked the picture out, and I went over here and drew. Now, granted, she probably has a little bit wider nose. As I can see here, she's probably got a little bit wider nose, but I'm not going to try to fix her, I say, and I can see she's got a little curve on her mouth here, a little bit different mouth. And I think I probably drew her online. So I thought that I would go out here really quick and pick a picture of somebody to draw that's not too hard. Oh, here's the other one I drew. I remember drawing this one. I was a little bit frustrated. This is Henrietta Swan from 1868 to 1921. You know, as you come back and look at these, you see all the things that you didn't notice before. Don't you? You do, you do. Let's see. Henrietta Swan was an astronomer. Let's see if I can just find one that I'm comfortable drawing. Ooh, I like her. She's peeking out behind the microscope. Ooh, I like her too. Antonia C. Murray, astronomer. From 1866 to 1952. I kind of like her. Let's see if there's anything else I'm comfortable drawing. Women mathematicians. Mary Ingle Pennington. Ooh, I kind of like her too. I love these black and white photos. And if I can draw next to them, then I'm not destroying the photograph. Let's just, ooh, I love Henrietta too. And this is just emphasizing women scientists. find one I'm comfortable drawing here. Look at the tilt of her head. That's really an interesting, very striking photograph there. I want to draw on this side of the page. How about this one? Because I've got plenty of space here. Let's see what I can do with this. Let's put this under here like that. Maybe over a little. Let's see what's going on in chat. There's Aunt Beck. Hi, Aunt, from the 20s. Well, let's see. This says from 1922 to 1931, she lectured in anthropology and served as Franz Boas' assistant. So this is Ruth Fulton Benedict. She's an anthropologist. She had an extremely difficult childhood, beset by poverty and emotional strain. To make matters worse, a measles infection, which she contracted as an infant, severely damaged her hearing. So from 1925 to 1940, she served as the editor of the Journal of American Folklore. Oh, that's interesting. She worked under this Franz Boas. For most of her career, Benedict was associated with the Columbia University, but because she was a woman, it was not until late in life that she received academic recognition. From 1922 to 31, she lectured in anthropology and served as Franz Boas' assistant. One of her first students was Margaret Mead. And then it goes on, but it says, because Franz Boas did not believe married women needed much money, he did not help her gain a permanent appointment as an assistant professor at Columbia until she separated from her husband in 1930. From 1925 to 1940, she served as editor of the Journal of American Folklore. That's interesting, American Folklore. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Hi, Sheila, welcome. Hi, Suzanne, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's come in. Thank you all for hanging out with me on a Friday night. Thank you, Cheryl. Boy, what we couldn't do with $22,000. Well, I'd probably have to cut it in half for taxes. So out of that $22,000, and I don't know if, you know, like if you would win the Powerball, the government takes, if you get it in cash, the government takes half of it. If you take cash, the cash option, the government takes half. Like if you won 80 million, and wanted a cash option, the government automatically takes half of it. So you're only getting 40 of that 80, and then you have to pay taxes on the 40. So divide it by another half, you're only getting maybe a fourth to 30%, 25 to 30% of the total amount. Now, I don't know if the same applies to a lesser amount, like 20. I haven't played the 2x2. I don't know how all that works. But hey, even $10 would be fun, wouldn't it? And it's free. It was a free ticket. I'm going to fill it out and see if I win anything. They're saying hello to everybody. Tried to watch from work, usually off on Fridays, but filling in for a coworker. Oh, well, thanks for peeking in, Lori. Sharon's here. She says, hi, Mary and everyone. Hi, Sharon Lombard. Sticky Art Channel is here. I think I'm back to the chat. You will have some change left. Probably not. You put that money in my hand, I'll spend it. All right. So I'm going to turn this just a little this way, and let's just do a fun, quick sketch. When I do these, I do them. Barb had asked in her stream today is, what do you do for relaxation when, you know, if you want to, and there were a lot of doodling, you know, a lot of people doodle. But what I like to do, and I usually do this when I'm sitting in my recliner, I'll sit down and sketch. And I'm not so concerned that it really looks like the person because, well, look, the person's here. What I'm going for, well, first of all, is having fun doing it, but kind of the observation. I don't know if you could see here. Let me hold it up here. Look how thick her eyebrows are. Look how thick her eyebrows are. She certainly did not pluck her eyebrows, did she? So, and it's things like that. And her eyes, I like to look at what way her face is pointing, and it's straight on. Sometimes the head tilts this way. Sometimes they're looking over their shoulder with their body turned this way, but they're facing you. Their head is turned towards you. And it's all those little things. So I would not call myself a realistic artist in the sense that I try to get a picture that looks exactly like what I'm drawing, because most of the time that doesn't happen. But I like to observe. I like to observe. And the more I do that, the more fun I have doing it. And I think that it helps my skills. Now she may have a higher forehead than I'm giving her. Let's see if I can bring that eyebrow down a little and maybe move this hairline up a little. Because she doesn't have a lot of, her hair is pulled back like this. You know, it's kind of pulled back on her head. So I could even make that go back a little that way. And I am drawing with a pen that I got at Dollar General. You get 2 of these for $1. And the ink is water soluble, so I do like that. Now her forehead comes this way, and you could see right in here, it comes down and then it kind of curves out, sort of like this, sort of like that, and I still struggle with this. Because she doesn't have a man's face, but she does have sort of an angularity in there. She's got high cheekbones. Let's do her eyes. So her eyebrow, I'm just going to give her some bushy eyebrows here because she's got pretty bushy eyebrows. But they aren't really man's eyebrows either. And her eyes kind of comes like that. And she's looking straight on at you. She's looking straight on at you. And this part is kind of like that. And let's go ahead and fill in her eye here. So, do y'all have big plans for the weekend? I don't. I don't. I'll probably, if it's as nice tomorrow as it was today, it was pretty cool out today, I'll probably mow the lawn. I threw out the flowers that I had in the house here from our zinnias. So I'll probably pick some more flowers and make a bouquet in the house here. Just kind of, and of course, probably watch some YouTube. Now this eye is this eye is looking straight on, but this eye is kind of going into the corner. Not totally, but sort of. Maybe right about in there. And I'm a sketchy person. Sometimes I will draw a straight line, and know where I'm going and that, just like a straight line rather. But most of the time when I'm figuring things out, I will go sketchy. And meaning that I'll move my pen up and down a lot. Now her cheekbones kind of come in there. And the noses, I always struggle with the nose. Now you don't see much of her nostrils there. Her nose kind of comes down like that. And she's got a little nose. She doesn't have a big nose. It's kind of got and then it kind of comes up like that. And let's see, her hair comes in like that. And she's got a shadow under her nose, and then she's got another line coming that way. And now, yeah, let's go back up here and finish her eye. I feel like if I get the eyes in there, I really, once I get the eyes in there, I've got that expression. Now, I know that there's a lot of area right in here. And to me, looking at mine, I'm going, oh, there's too much. But I also know that if I make it any, and am I running out of ink in this ink pen? It looks like I am. Either that or, well, let's see. I've got another one here. They came $2 for $1. Let's see what's going on out in chat. I'm trying to pay more attention to chat. Hi, Lucia. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Ray. Welcome. And there's Azure. Stupid autocorrect, Barb says. Draw even. And Beck says she's working on the house and trying to get in touch with the roofer that did my sister's roof. Are you down at your other house, Aunt Beck? You and Scott, you were down there last weekend, weren't you, working away? I hope you get that roof all done. Barb says she's enjoying watching me draw. Thank you, Barb. Love your chunky paper doll. Sticky Art. I'm going to have to go out. Sticky Art, I saw you doing a live the other day. You do okay. All right. Let's see who I missed. Hi, Beth. And who else came in here? Lucia and Ray and APG Jamie. And Elena. Hi, Elena. Elena, I read your comment about those postcards, about that family being Catholic and them going on, some sort of a trip to visit different churches around the world. Is that around the... I'm going to have to go back and look at your comment. But I tend to agree with you because I went through that, or I started going through that big bag of postcards, sorting them out. They got some castles in there. They went to Ireland. And what else did they do? They have a whole bunch of churches, but they have other things in there too. So in September, I think I'm going to theme my art journal postcards. I'm going to work off of these postcards, but I'll probably work off of some others too. They won't all just be travel ones. Hi, APG. Are we having a musical interlude? Hi, Barb Bark. Yeah, APG makes me smile. She'll be lurking, she says. All right, lurk away. Oh, you make me laugh. What did I miss there? Hold it. I just missed some hellos. All right. All right, let's finish this lady up here. You know, I'm tempted to quit right here. I'm tempted to quit right here while I got 42 people in here. I'll come back and finish this lady another time. There's nothing saying I have to finish it in one setting, is there? I got Tina's Instagram. I want to do something here. I want to do something. I didn't even have that on my list, that drawing. I just happened to see it as I was straightening out stuff. Do you all remember Edie Willingham doing her magazine art journals when she split them in half and she did all that reverse collage? That was the beginning for me. Well, she called it like MM Magazine. Oh, I can't remember. There was there was a hashtag for it, but it was the magazine idea playground or something like that. There was a name for it. But I did this great big, I did 850 pages, I think, or 825 pages. I painted all these pages and I glued these magazines together. I did a full magazine. And of course, when I did this at first, I messed up the binding. The binding was horrible. But I redid the binding and it's really holding out here. I do have to go in here and glue that. It's starting, this is a calendar page here. Let's just kind of glue that down because it started, I did Shannon Green's, this is a fleur-de-lis calendar page. I think I got it at the Dollar General. And I did Shannon Green's wax paper painting technique on this. I really had fun, but I have it glued to this duct tape here and it's worked its way loose here. Let's see if I can just kind of glue this back in. Doesn't have to be perfect because nothing I do is perfect, that's for sure. And then on the back here is a picture I got out of the Smithsonian magazine. I really like this cover. But I was thumbing through this today. And when I did all this, I think I got so tired of painting all these pages. I got so tired of painting all of these pages that I really did not do a lot of work in it. But now that this book has sat for, I think I did this in 2017 when Dee Dee started this. And it's sat around. There's been books on the top of it. And these pages have flattened out. They dried real nice. You do that reverse collage around items that you want to leave. Some pages I painted out completely so I'd have room to work. Oh, here, let's go to the front. This is Dee Dee's where, who, what, why, when, and how. Who, what, when, where, why, where, and how. But I found this. I'm not sure what magazine I found it out of, but it was a page, just the beginning of an article on storytelling. And it says, once upon a time, people sat around and told stories. We told funny stories and sad stories, true stories and tall tales. Some stories taught us something about history, others about our neighbors or ourselves. Rocking in his favorite chair, Grandpa would spin a fable talking about animals or share a memory of the way things had begun when he was young. Families relaxed together after supper on the back porch, and they'd stay and continued. And I must have painted out the rest of it. I don't have the rest, but it's all about storytelling. And I kept that, and I put those questions there because Dee Dee was introducing us to mind mapping. And, of course, she's probably done mind mapping several times on her channel, but this was when I got introduced to it. But as I go in here, I had dedicated this book to Dee Dee Willingham, and I had done this caricature of her. And I really like how this turned out. I was looking at this today. I think sometimes when we do our art, we get so close to what we're doing, because I didn't think that this was good at all. I didn't like it when I first did it. I got, oh, poor Dee Dee, she's not gonna want to look at it. But now that I've closed it out and haven't looked at it for a while, it isn't half bad. But the reason that I got it out was, if I go clear to the back here, I want to go into my Miss Mary mystery stories. And for those of you who've been following me, you know my hashtag Miss Mary Mysteries. I've been telling the story about Phibbsville. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing again tonight. But tonight, I have a story in a story. And the story in the story is about a character, Destiny. That's her name, Destiny, Destiny. And she, to make a long story short, she had gone out for a drive and her car stalled. And this man on a motorcycle, this young man, she's a young lady. And the man on the motorcycle stopped to help her, and he asked if she had any tools, and all she had in her trunk of her car was a pink toolbox. And she's going, he's going to laugh at my pink toolbox. He's going to laugh at my pink toolbox. He laughed at her pink toolbox, and he went and he fixed her car, and it turned out it was just the battery cable was loose. And he wanted to give her pink toolbox back to her. He wanted her to roll down the window, and she wouldn't do it because she wasn't sure she could trust them. They were way out in the country. And he got mad, and he drove off with her pink toolbox. So she went on home, and when she got groceries, and when she went to put them in the trunk of her car, she noticed that he left his leather jacket in the trunk of her car. So now in our story, of our Phibbsville story within the story, she's trying to locate this young mechanic who stopped to help her because she wants to return his leather jacket. And of course, I left out this little segment in here. She was going to clean the leather jacket, and she noticed there was a piece of masking tape on the collar, and it said MW $5. And she thought maybe during the day he probably stopped at a garage sale and picked up that leather jacket for $5, and she was going to clean it for him. And as she was, getting it all straightened out she didn't want to take it to dry cleaner. She was just going to try to clean it at home, do a little dry cleaning of her own. And she noticed that there was something inside the lining of that leather jacket. And of course, she worked the lining loose, and there was an envelope. And inside the envelope were 5 $1,000 bills with a note that said, "This is for you if I don't come back." And then there was a quote by Grover Cleveland. And I have that quote written down, but I don't have it with me. I never have it with me. But so she came in. She's kind of our newest member of our weekly gathering at the TheMeriAtelier on Saturday afternoons. And she has come in and said, "How am I going to locate this mechanic?" Well, I don't know is Janice in here tonight? I don't know if Janice is in here tonight, but Janice is our, one week we kind of assigned people that were in the stream that night, occupations in Phibbsville. Janet named our town, not Janet. I know Janet is here, our Janet, our moderator Janet is here, but Janice, is it Grimes or Glime? I forget her last name. But let me go back down here to, wow, you guys have chatted away. And so anyway, we worked out that she was going to put in an ad in the paper, and to see if that mechanic would recognize the ad, see the ad, and said, "Thank you to the man who stopped to help me fix my car. I have something of yours, and you have something of mine. Let's get together and return it," so to speak. And but she was afraid that she would get inundated with all these weird emails and weird people, which she did because the Associated Press picked it up, and it got put on the news. And so she's getting all these stacks of email at the Daily Fibber. Our newspaper in our Phibbsville town is called the Daily Fibber. Lucia named that for us. I just giggle every time I say it. But she's got a little ad in the Daily Fibber, and the person who answers the ad has to say what was wrong with the car, what do you have that's mine, what do I have that's yours, and I think the last one was what day was it? It could have been where were we? It could have been that. Could have been, well, let's just call it 2 things. I only had 4 things, but the last 2 could either be what day was it or where were we. So anyway, our Destiny is kind of our newest member, and I'm just kind of giving you the backstory to what I want to do here. In 2017, when Dee Dee was telling us all about this mind mapping, I drew these 2 mind maps, one for female and one for a male. And then I went off onto all of these little areas here of what defines the female, what the personality, the personhood of this female character. And then over here would be the male character. I had no idea that I was going to even, Phibbsville did not even exist in my mind when I did this. But what I want to do tonight is not have you draw one. There's nothing you have to do. But what I'd like to do is start defining, and I'm going to do it on paper like this. Let me pull it out here so that I can fold this in half and put it in my art journal. What we want to do, and we're going to make a list. We do so good with our lists. Let me grab that paper fell on the floor here. Let me grab it. The fan is blowing. It blows my world around. Let me grab some paper here. We're going to make a list. But what I want to do is, you guys, what we did with that list last week just blew my mind. You guys, you did, I'm looking for something I can draw a circle with. Here. We're going to draw a list here. And let me put this under it because I know it'll soak through. And I'm just going to put Destiny, because this is the person that we want to define, Destiny. And I'm going to kind of want to, let me pull one of these out, because I always have to pull them out because I know that these ink pens will soak through. Let me get one for the backing. All right, so I go off here to A, and I got A. It goes over to page 20, but A is the age. Now, I've already said that Destiny is a young lady, and I dropped the cap to my pen here. Destiny is a young lady, but connected with the age. Let me just kind of replicate this. Which one is mine? Connected with the age, let me just draw the line here. I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to draw it out here, and I'm going to put a circle A, and I'll probably end up numbering these pages. And this is age. So we want to determine her age. We know that she's young, and we know she's old enough to drive. But connected with A over here on, I numbered all of these pages. Like this is page 820 and 822. Age is over here. Oh, this is 821 and 822. Age is over here on so I got another little mind map for age. So I'm going to come over here on my list, and age, I'm not going to really mind map it so much as to make the list. We know that she's probably between 25 and 35. So I want a year for her age. I also want the birth year from 2019. What year was, whatever age we determine here, we're going to subtract it from 2019. That's 1. This is 2. 3 was, where was she born? So where born? That's kind of like, it's not really your age, but it's kind of like your birth date, that type of thing. Or was it a possibility that she was adopted? So we're defining our character Destiny in our Phibbsville story. And those are the only 4. I put them down here. On the where, I broke it out into a hospital, a home. Where was she born? So I broke it into, was she born in a hospital, a home, or someplace else. You know, maybe it was in a car on the side of the road. Maybe her parents were trying to get to the hospital. So I kind of want you, as we go through this, I kind of want you guys to help me make lists to define my destiny character here. And we may not get through all of these because I went clear to U here, all the alphabet to U, and then I started again with A1. So there are quite a few, and I've got all these mind maps to define these people, and they're generic. So I could take this same mind map and apply it to Ms. Mary in my story, or apply it to Officer Orville over here, the male. The male mind map is just about the same as the female one. There might be a couple differences in here. So let's see what you guys are saying out there. Allie K, she works at the newspaper. Yes, she does. Hi, Barb Fill-In. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Mini magazine, mind mapping, idea collecting prompt playground. Boy, Allie K, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Let me write it down. I'm going to write it on the back of this one that I'm using for, well, I was using this to catch all my spots, but let me write it on here that Allie K gave it to me. Mini magazine, mind mapping, idea collecting, prompt playground. That deserves 800 pages. So let's start out with age. Let's get an age for Destiny. How old do you think she is here? What are you guys saying? Oh, you had to look it up. Holly? Is Holly in here? I saw a question mark with Holly. Is she here? I don't see her. There's question mark Holly. Is Holly here? Hi to anyone I missed. Hello. APJ Jamie. Hi, Suze. Allie K says, I work at the newspaper too. Holly's not in here. I think the Daily Fibber might be a gossip paper, just saying. Well, you know, when you think of those small town newspapers, there was kind of a gossip section, like Destiny went out for a drive on Saturday and, you know, that type of thing. But it also carries the news, the state news and the local news and the obituaries and, you know, probably a Dear Abby type column and the comics. We should get some comics for the Daily Fibber. One ads, we've got the one ads. The last time we assigned those occupations, I think we had a doctor's or veterinarian. No, I think we had the veterinarian taken care of, but was there a doctor or school teacher? I've got it written down on my list. We still had some one ads. Hi, Suze. That's a good motto. I bet that's on your business card. I don't know what the motto was. I'm here. I work at the newspaper too. Is that the motto? I picture Destiny looking like a Barbie doll, all covered in pink and blonde. Well, we know she likes pink because she has a pink toolbox. So we'll get to that Azure of what she is because we've got body shape, we've got face, style, hair. So hold on to that thought, Azure, about the Barbie doll. Like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. Hold on to those thoughts because we'll get to that in our mind map here. I'm looking for age. So 26 or 25 or 27, you guys are saying. Okay, let's call her 25 just because we want to make her young. So we're saying that she's 25. This is Destiny here. And so 19 from 25 would be what, 6? So she'd be born in 1994. Would that be correct? You mathematicians out there, if she's 25 years old in 2019, would she be born in 1994? Give me the year of her birth date. Bye, APG. Thanks for popping in. 1994. Okay, so we got her date. And where do you think she was born? This could also be what state, town, country. Was she born in a hospital, a home, or other? And was she adopted? Those were the other two things I had here. In a house with a midwife. Okay, we're going to take a house with a midwife. House with a midwife. All of this will make sense when we get to telling our story and developing it. What we're doing is we're developing our character from what we know of her. So we know she was born in a house with a midwife. So what state or town? My sister was born in a car on the way to the hospital in the Garden State Parkway. In the Garden State Parkway in New Jersey. Wow, Azure. So let's pick New Jersey because Azure's sister, let's say New Jersey. She was born in New Jersey. Somebody give me a town in New Jersey. A smaller town than, give me a small town in New Jersey that's smaller than Phibbsville. The population of Phibbsville today is, let me check. The population in Phibbsville today is 7,631. 7,631. So we need a town in New Jersey that has a population that's less than 7,631. I'm going to leave you guys to help me do this. Atlantic City? Is that a small place, Cheryl? Hi, Christy, Meta. I'm going to call you Christy M. Or MM Christy or Christy MM. Welcome, welcome. You know, and eventually we could get into drawing some pictures of her, but we're just going to kind of define who she is right now tonight. How big is Atlantic City? Let's see. Well, let me go to, let me Google this. Or I've been using Firefox lately. New tab. I'm just going to type in small towns in New Jersey. Small towns in New Jersey. Atlantic City sounds good, but I need a small town. They said smaller than Phibbsville. Okay, here's 30 of them. The first 8 is Cranberry, West Cape, Clinton, Chester, Allentown, Spring Lake, Haddington, Lambertville. What else? I don't know what 30 great small towns. Let's see. This is newjersey.com. Do you have a list here, or are you just going to give me a bunch of? Mauristown, but they don't give populations. They don't give this population is 4,200 in Stillwater. Mauristown has a population of, it doesn't say. Stillwater has 4,200. Island Heights. They don't really give me populations. Let's see what you guys are saying to me. Chester. Okay, let's. Oh, Cranberry. It's on the beach. Spring Lake. Spring Lake is on the beach. I like Cranberry and I like Spring Lake. I like Chesterfield. Atlantic City is huge. Diana. Hi, Diana Warner. She said she was born at home in Chester. In New Jersey, Diana? In Chester, New Jersey? Spring Lake is a nice old Victorian homes. Oh, ooh, Azure, you're convincing me. All right, we're going to pick Spring Lake, New Jersey. Azure convinced me. Victorian homes. And I'm just drawing all kind of arrows here just because I need to on the fly here. Spring Lake. All right. So this is what we got for her age. We know her name. Her first name is Destiny. Well, let's see. We could probably, we know that she was born at home in a house with a midwife. We know that she was born in 1994. We would probably need maybe this. I'm going to put future here because we're not going to go into it tonight. Her birth certificate. What information can we get off of her birth certificate? I'm not going to go into all of that tonight, but I'm going to put future reference. We might develop something off of her birth certificate, like maybe they left, maybe they didn't, maybe her name is Destiny because they didn't name her, so the nurses named her Destiny or something like that. Maybe on her birth certificate, her name is Jane Doe or something like that. So, but that's just for future reference. Okay, that's her age. That was A. And I'm going to go on here and scribble on the scribbly one here because, okay, B. Oh, I have A1. I have her name. We could develop her name, but I don't think I didn't develop her name on here. So I'm going to skip A1 now. We just know her name is Destiny. We'll do that in the future reference when we go looking at the birth certificate. We might tell a story off that. So let's go to B. B is her face. We're gonna describe her face. We're defining this personality of Destiny. So I'm going to write Destiny up here. We won't get through all of these, but this is kind of fun. So when I go to page 819, hold it a minute. I knocked my tea off here. I have a lid on it. It didn't spill. It's one of these kind, but I knocked it off. Let me put it over here out of the way. I don't know how I can expand my desk and still not have room for everything. How does that happen? I want to do a line here in B. So we're going to go to B here, and this will be describing her face. And I just picked these as I thought about them when I did this. I think I did this in 2017. So we'll keep that over there. We're going to put B here. Like this is A. I should put coming onto the page here is A. And coming on to the page over here is B. All right, for the face, I can't believe how things blow around on me. I can't believe how things blow around on me. It blew way over there in the corner when I picked up my tea. All right, for her face, what I want is 7 things. 7 things. One is the shape of her face, and I come down here and I have shape. Is it round, square, oval, circle, or rectangle? So this is number 1, and that's the shape of her face. So we're getting a picture of what she looks like. So 2 would be her eye color. Eye color. And I'm just kind of scribbling this out for now. I'll do it better later. 3 is her nose. Describe her nose. Are you getting a picture of what she might look like? Now, Asher said she reminds you of a Barbie doll. So think about Barbie doll. The face. 4 is the mouth. And we'll go through each of these. 5 is the skin tone of her face. Not her body, her face. 6 is the neck. And 7 is nothing. It was a miscellaneous one that I didn't do anything with. All right, so the shape of her face. Do you think her face is round, square, oval, circle, or rectangle? What country is Spring Lake in? Well, she'd be in the United States. Oh, what county? Monmouth County. Should I put that down on here? Monmouth County. Monmouth. Is that country, county? That's county, I think. County. County. It's one of my favorite places. Diana said it must be south of Jersey. I never heard of it. Only rich people live there. Oh, so see, that adds to a story. Just from as you're telling us about this town, we know that there are Victorian homes there. Victorian homes. And we know that rich people live there. So, and we know that she was born at home with a midwife. And on a future reference on her birth certificate, we might have a story developed where she got her name Destiny from her parents or from her family because the birth certificate said Jane Doe on it. So there's a story lurking in here, I think. Let's go back to her face. I want to define her face. Is her face round, square, oval, a circle, or rectangle? Let's see what you're saying. Bon Jovi is from Sayreville, New Jersey. Chester's in Morris County. You see her with pink lipstick. Okay. We could put that probably. We don't have lips on here, do we? We got mouth. So we'll put lips. And we'll put, she wears pink lipstick. That kind of fits with how I see her. That kind of fits with how I see her in my head. Strawberry blonde wearing a ponytail. I want the shape of her face, though. Bruce is from... Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. Okay, heart-shaped. Oh, that's perfect. Let's write heart-shaped on here. Heart-shaped. That's one I didn't have on here. Thank you for that. Oval. Okay, so her face, the shape is oval. I should put one here. Okay, her eye color is what? Did you guys tell me that above? Eye color, we talked about a ponytail and pink lipstick. Hi, Lisa. And Christy. Hi, Christy. Christy W. I've got a Christy M and a Christy W now. Oh, isn't that weird? One goes like this and one goes like that. You Christies are going to get me confused. Okay, What color are eyes? Does Barbie have blue eyes? Green eyes. Green eyes. Well, one said blue and one said green, so I'm going to make her eyes blue-green. A blue-green eyes. That kind of fits too. That kind of fits too. Okay. Her nose. We're going to do her nose next. You guys are getting ahead of me. Her nose. Is it long, short, or medium? Is it straight, curved? Is it big or small? Her nostrils, do they flare out or are they tiny? Is it an upturned nose or is it a straight nose? Heart-shaped green eyes. Upturned nose. Janice, Janet defined the whole thing for us. Okay, we're going to have an upturned nose. Is it a long nose or is it a short nose? We know that it's not straight because it's upturned. It's probably something like that. Upturned. Strawberry hair, small shell-like ears. We'll have to come back to you, Janice. Let's see. Joyce is in the house. Josie is here. Janice is always quick on the draw. She's got a long and thin nose. So it's a long, thin, upturned nose. How does that? Long, thin, and upturned. So it's long, thin, and upturned, so to speak. Only prettier than that. We could make it a prettier nose than that, but that's, Oh, Jenna said short. I already picked long, thin, and upturned, Janice. A button nose, Lucia says. Joyce said her daughter lives in Jersey. She likes to go to the boardwalk and buy taffy, Cheryl says. Well, funny that you would say that, Cheryl, because the very first mind map that I did, actually for Dee Dee, when she gave us real homework back then, was to take a picture and put it in the center and then take 6 other pictures and put them around and do a mind map. Now, I'm just going to show it to you. I'm not going to go into the story. Is it here? Where is it? It's in the center of this book someplace. I did it. And I did a video. I did a video where I just talked about it. But here she is. Now, this is kind of a postcard from Coney Island. And I painted it all out and played with it. But I had a postcard here that said Coney Island. And I'm calling this my Coney Island beauty, bathing beauty here. And look, she's got short hair. She's got kind of a long, thin, upturned nose. I kind of might come back and look at her nose here. But when she said she likes to go to the boardwalk, I had this lady on Coney Island, and this was my mind map for it. I didn't do the mind map like this. I did my mind map in squares. And this was the list of pictures. I had them defined here. I painted all around them and everything here. Probably, if you look at this, you wouldn't know. You could probably see a teapot there. If you knew that was an ice bucket, you could make it out. But I'd have to describe what each one of these things are here. But I described them here. I made a list, like 3 jars of flowers, yellow quilt squares, a painted coffee pots and tray, ugly crow birds, square tiles, a wooden pail, a flower bloom and butterfly, and a wooden shelf of figurines. And then I developed my character and this event. She sent home a postcard to her parents from Coney Island. But I told the whole story of what she was doing at Coney Island that week. What the most interesting part of it was these ugly crow birds, which looked like
if you could see them down here. They were Halloween pictures. They were really just Halloween pictures. You know how some of those home decorator magazines will give a whole bunch of little Halloween figurines. I call them crow birds. There were 2 of them there. But the reason that they got in there was she would walk on the beach. The ugly crow birds followed her around all weekend on the beach and in the amusement area. They followed Coney Cutie. I called her Coney Cutie as she explored the area. And she didn't know if they were friendly or foe. She didn't know if they were following her to protect her or if they were following her around to get her. She wasn't sure. And how did they follow her? I said that they flew above her, 15 feet above her is how they followed her. So I wrote a whole little weekend event based off of this mind map that I had fun doing it. I had a lot of fun doing it. And that's kind of what we want to do with our Destiny character is we're developing this character Destiny. And just as far as we've gone, can't you get an idea of what she's looking like now? We've defined her mouth and Janice has gone in and described everything of how she sees her. But we're going to go on with the mouth. What did we say for the mouth? 4 was the mouth. And we have lips, as you already said, pink lipstick. But are her lips large or small? And what about her teeth? Are they grungy yellow or are they bright white? Let's see. Are they large or small? Let's see what you guys are saying to me. She's got to have the taffy. She's your invention. You get to choose. No, I'm doing this as a group project, Janice. I love it when you give ideas. You have a storyteller mind, Janice. You really do. Janice kind of beats me to the punch on the stories because she's got a storyteller mind. She amazes me. It's like she reads my head of where I'm going in my storyline. You make a good journalist, Janice. Oh, we can collage her from parts and bits. That would be fun. Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Collage her, go out and maybe we could do that as a group project. Maybe I can get some eyes and faces and we won't do that tonight, but let's put that on a future reference. Collage her. A collage her. We could probably, I don't know if I can find any Barbies out there, but I could probably find eyes and lips and all of that. I don't know if I could find blue-green eyes. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Spring Lake has a boardwalk and a beach. Well, there you go. There's no place like home, Joyce says. The last time I went to New Jersey, I went to the casino and put $20 in the slots and got $20 back. Well, there you go. You didn't lose a thing. Bye, Barb. Garden is calling. Beans to process for the freezer. Have a good time, Barb. Enjoy those beans. Crows like taffy and popcorn and hot dogs. They do. Well, there you go. We might have a possible, our Coney Island cutie might be a possible Destiny. She might be. We don't know. Janet said, have fun. Seagulls will eat it all. Pearly white teeth. Okay, we know she's got pearly white teeth. Did I miss the shape of her lips? Does she have large or small lips? Pearly white teeth. Maybe she uses, what is that? What is that, like Crest, the teeth bleach? Teeth bleach?
to get your teeth real nice and white. Maybe she's a taffy maker from New Jersey. Yeah, she could be. That'll get into her occupation. Hold that idea, Azure. We got occupation coming up on here. Taffy maker from New Jersey. Perfect straight white teeth with pretty pink lips. Yes. Perfect pearly white straight teeth. With pretty pink lips. And the lips are pretty pink. But are they big lips, or are they little lips, or are they medium size? Large, small, or medium? Medium lips. All right, you called it. Medium. I mean, we don't have to belabor this. We're just defining her just to get what she's looking like. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't want her eyes to be green, you can make her eyes brown. I won't care. Crows like everything, even spaghetti. Pouty heart-shaped lips. Okay, we can make a medium pouty heart-shaped lips. That will still work because they're in a pretty pink. I'm thinking of like Marilyn Monroe lips, only pink. Aren't Marilyn Monroe lips kind of pouty? Maybe I'm wrong. Pearl drops. Yeah, for cleaner teeth. All right. That's enough for her face. Oh, her skin tone. Number 5 was her skin tone and her neck. I need more here. I'm going to squeeze it on. 5 is skin tone. Now, the skin tone of her face, is it going to be porcelain-like? Are we going to call it porcelain-like? I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Porcelain-like. I'll define that. And I got smooth wrinkles, blemishes, ruddy white. Does she have a birthmark? Where does she have a birthmark, and where is it? Birthmark on her face. And where? Perfect tan color. All right, it's a porcelain tan color. I could go for that, Josie. Where's her birthmark? Does she have one on her face? And her neck is number 6. Is her neck long, short, fat, or skinny? Let's see. Her face is heart-shaped, so it probably looks something like that. She's got hair up here, but think of a heart-shaped face. Something like that. We'll give her a little whittle point there just for kicks. But what is her neck going to be? Short? Or is it going to be long? Or medium? Perfect tan color. Good story is making me remember. Next to lips, the birthmark. Next to lips. You remember that we're calling him Frederick now. He was our lead pencil criminal, but his name is Frederick now. We're calling him Frederick because he's paying his dues for his crime, and we're giving him a little respect by calling him by his first name instead of the criminal. But he's got a scar on the left side of his lip. So let's put next to left side of lip. That's interesting. Okay, there's a story in that. There's a story in there that might go back to this really rich Victorian home in Spring Lake. I love that. This is working out for me. All right. Did we say that her neck was? She has a birthmark on her arm shaped like a heart. Let's see. Do I describe it? Hold on to those thoughts. Because I think I get into her body shape next.
What time is it getting to be? It's 8:50. Let's stop here. We'll continue describing her. I don't want to carry this on and on and on tonight. I want to do some other things. But how fun this is. So we're getting a picture of Destiny, of what she might look like. We'll get to the color of her hair here too. I've got her face, her body shape, her personality, her education. Is she married or single or divorced? Her marital status. I can't even read some of it. I have to turn this book here. Where she lives now. Does she live in Phibbsville? Does she have any children, or is there children in the family? Any association with children? What about her family? We kind of have established that she was born at home, and we don't really have we know that her birth certificate has some missing information here. So that there's a story in there that we might work in here with her family. Her hobby, what are her hobbies? What's her occupation? Does she have any pets? How intelligent is she? Is she a bimbo, or is she really smart? And is she crafty smart? What are her favorite foods, colors, and like that? What is she like on social media? Does she have a Facebook account? Does she watch YouTube? Does she have a channel? Is she on Instagram? What's her income? If she works, does she work? And what's her income? Here I get on her style, and I'm talking about her personal style, her more like her personality. Her style and her personality might go hand in hand. Like if she's an introvert, her style might be very conservative. If she's an extrovert, she might wear mini shorts with a tight t-shirt. Her hair, you guys already described her hair. Her spiritual part of her personality, and we could go into all sorts of not religious so much as spiritual, because I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I want her to have some values. And I might put values there under spiritual. What are her values? And what friends? What kind of friends does she have? Does she have a kin in her life? Then I have traditions here. And over here I have transportation. We know she has a car, but we haven't said what kind of a car she has. So I don't know if I want to bore you with all the rest of these. And I'm not going tonight. We might do a couple more as a group, but I might go in and fill in the rest and then read them off to you. And if you guys have any comments, I could make changes on them. So I think that might work better than us sitting here week after week filling out mind maps. But how fun this is to take a character in our Miss Mary mystery story and break it out. Don't you feel like you know her a little bit better now? So let's go to the Miss Mary mystery story itself for tonight. We're meeting on a Saturday afternoon, and Destiny is there. She's kind of like the new member of our group. And it seems like Officer Orville and is always back in the back room in the kitchen getting refreshments. He's there, but he's kind of the supervisor of our Frederick character. He's kind of like Frederick has been assigned to be our gardener, our lawnmower of all the parks and our, I guess you could say landscaper, although I think of landscaper as being more of a designer than, he's more of a gardener. He mows the lawns, he keeps the trash picked up, and just keeps the place cleaned up, the town, the little Phibbsville town. But Officer Orville kind of supervises him. Officer Orville kind of likes him. He sees some value in this Frederick. But they're in the back room getting refreshments in our story tonight. And Destiny's there. And she comes up to Miss Mary and she says, Miss Mary, that man over there with Officer Erbil keeps looking at me. He keeps looking at me. And I asked her, I said, well, are you uncomfortable? And she says, well, sort of. And she said, I kind of feel sorry for him in a way. She said, I don't feel creepy about it, but I wonder why he keeps staring at me. He keeps staring at me. And she said, it's not in a creepy way, but he keeps looking at me. And that kind of made me feel uncomfortable, or it kind of made Miss Mary feel uncomfortable. So I got out my phone, and I kind of have this text number for Officer Erbil, and I texted him on his phone and explained the situation. So Officer Erbil decides to gulp down the rest of his refreshment and take Frederick and leave the premises to get him out of there. But before they walk out, Frederick walks up to Destiny, and Destiny is, because she hasn't found the mechanic who's helped her, she's kind of said, well, I'm just going to wear this leather jacket. I'm just going to kind of wear it. You know, it'll remind me that I'm looking for him, and it fits her okay. She's real comfortable in it. But Frederick walks up to her, and he says, where did you get that? Where did you get it? And before Destiny has a chance to explain the whole story of how she got possession of the leather jacket, Officer Erbil says, come on, Frederick, we've got work to do. So that's the end of our story. So that kind of leaves another little story going on in there. Another little story that will develop further. That's the end of my Miss Mary mystery for tonight. And I'll go ahead, and I think what I'll do with this mind map of the ones that we've already defined here, of her age and her face, I'll go ahead and draw those out and make it nice and formal like this. And then I think on the others, I'll kind of develop them out, rough draft, and we'll go over them. And you guys can make corrections or tell me what you think, and we can develop our character further that way rather than sitting here and plowing through each one of these. I think that'll go faster. But how fun this is. I'm going to put this in my August journal here, which is where? Down here somewhere. What did I do with it? It's over here. I got a spot in here that I'm going to, right in here, I'm going to put developing our story for our Destiny character here. And we'll work on that again. I might have to cut that down a little because I made this journal a little shorter. So what are we going to do next? I looked at my list. So we went through all this. How about doing our art trivia? Since I have my phone tonight, we can do art trivia. I got 3 words here. I have to get out the booklet, get out paper, get out some paper. I'm going to have to get out those composition books. Let's just use that one that I put in here. Let's do the art trivia tonight. We didn't do it last week because I couldn't get to my words. I couldn't get to my words because I was using my phone to stream with last week. Whoa. What did I do with it? Well, we'll just leave it there and it'll show up. Let's take it out. All right. Art trivia for tonight. Medium neck. Josie says, I have a birthmark on the left side of my chin. Everybody thought it was painted on. I had a little mole on the left side of my lip. Oh, yeah, it was the left side. And I hated it. I hated it all through high school. I hated that. It was even on my senior picture, and I made the photographer take it out. And course, when I was in high school, my parents couldn't pay for me to go to a dermatologist or anything. But when I went to the university, my freshman year, I saved up my money and I went to, of course, it was a lot cheaper then. I went to a dermatologist and made him take that mole off of the left side of my lip. A dainty neck, Asher says. Eyebrows. We missed the eyebrows, didn't we? We missed the eyebrows. I'm going to put note here. Eyebrows. That's a good point, Allie K. That could be that 7th one. Allie K said eyebrows. And I can see I can't use this for my words. It's getting dry. Do I have the other one here? Let's see if this one's getting dry. I'll put that in my with my mind map over here with it. Good point, Allie K. Cheryl said, I had a mole on my cheek and I had it removed. Yeah, it just made me so self-conscious. I hated that mole. You don't have a birthmark? Is that normal? I think so, Azure. Hi, Petals. Did I say hello to you? I didn't see you come in because I was yakking away. Welcome, welcome. My mom had a little Scotty dog on her arm. A mole? She's a taffy girl, Cheryl says. Azure, maybe you can't see it. It's on your head. That's funny, Joyce. I guess my freckles are my birthmark. Hi, Santa. Welcome, welcome, Santa. Josie says it's time for ice cream. That sounds good. You made taffy in Tennessee, but you don't think it's salt water? Probably not, huh? Thank you, Josie. You know what's so fun about doing this and developing this story is doing it with you guys. It wouldn't be fun if you guys weren't here contributing to it. That's what makes it fun. And I think I'm back. Are you guys back? Mine stopped buffering. I'll wait a second. I forgot what I was going to do next. I was going to do art trivia. I lost my track of what I was saying. Okay, we're back. I lost track of what I was saying before the buffer hit. It means be right back, Santa. BRB means be right back. We're going to do art trivia next. I lost track of what I was saying when I saw that was buffering. Oh, I know what I was saying. I went to the very first chapter of the story, and I tried to write it all out, and I got just maybe about 3/4 of the way through, and I thought, well, I'm going to read it back. And so I recorded myself reading it back, and I listened to it. It wasn't half as interesting. Oh, I'm buffering again. Are you guys buffering? Oh, it says I'm back. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Barb. You came just in time for the buffering. Mine is not black, but still buffering. I think we just got back. Buffy has crashed our party. That buffer monster. Barb, we were just getting ready to play some trivia. I finished. We were defining our destiny character in Miss Mary Mysteries. That's what we were doing. Working off of a mind map, but not really mind mapping her. We were describing her face and her eyes and her age, where she was born, and all of that. You're stuck in repeat mode. Hi, Gail. Did I say hello to you before? Denise says, round and around we go. When it will stop, we do not know. Card Chick says, stuck in repeat mode. What do you mean repeat mode? Buffering? Well, you aren't buffering here now. Okay. All right, let's get on with our trivia words. Let's see. Let me go to I got a list here. I have a list. Let's pick the first one. The first word is PASTICHE. And when we play our trivia game, I tell you what it is. And then we're building like a trivia card. And then you give me answers that are wrong, but sound very right. And you guys are good at this. That's all I can say. You're good at it. So a pastiche is a work of art, literature, theater, or music that imitates the style or character of another work of art or other artists. Unlike a parody, pastiche celebrates rather than mocks the work that it imitates. So it's kind of like a work of art that imitates another work of art, kind of copies it or draws inspiration might be the wrong thought, but it imitates it, but it doesn't mock it. It's not imitating it in a mocking way, but in a celebration way. Like if we would go out and see something that somebody did and go, oh, wow, I want to do something like that. Or I want to paint like Renoir did, something like that. So I'm going to write that all down later because I got it here on my phone. I'm not going to write it all down now. What I want to write down is what you guys are saying, a pastiche. And it's pastiche. Pasteesch. Pastiche. A French pastry. That sounds like a French pastry. Makes me hungry. Gail, what it is I give them a word. I give them a word and the meaning of the word. And we're kind of building art trivia cards. I'm calling this my art trivia game. We're kind of building the cards. And I give the word with the correct answer. But you guys are helping me build the wrong answers. Something that could be, it could be it, but it's not. Like a French pastry or smashed pistachios. That's a good one too. Just looking at that looks like a pastry and it looks like pistachios. Smashed pistachios. Bye, Santa. Have a good time. Or have a good weekend. An ice cream flavor. I'd buy that. I think. I don't know if I would or not. A pistachio pastry. A pistachio pastry. We put the two together. Pastry cream. Did Lucia? Oh, she was just saying goodbye. Pastry cream. We're on the food tonight again. Pastry cream. Let me read the meaning to you, the real meaning. A pastiche is a work of visual art literature, theater, or music that imitates the style or character of a work of one or more other artists. Unlike a parody, a pastiche celebrates rather than mocks the work that it imitates. So it's an imitation of another work, but it's celebrating it rather than mocking it. A face mask to remove pimples. Janice, you make me laugh. Janet has a really good imagination. A face mask to remove pimples. Ew. But if you get clear skin, I would try it. I never had problems with pimples. I maybe got one or two when I ate too much greasy stuff. Cheese, it's always cheese. It's a type of cheese, Shazzer says. A female mustache. Love it. A female mustache. A cold pasta dish. See, any one of these, if I was playing trivia and I had these answers and the correct one in there, I might say, pastiche might be an ice cream flavor, or it might be smashed pistachios, if I didn't know what it was. Or I might look at it and say, that looks a little French to me. That word looks French. It might be a French pastry. Me and my ignorance. A cold pasta dish. Good night, Ray. Thanks for coming. A new color of green paint. I like that one. Is that one of our new Tim Holtz colors coming out next year? Pastiche. It's got to be celebrating the color of green. When you are too old to eat cheese. When too old to eat. You are pastiche when you're too old to eat cheese. I should be writing this with my other pen. It's a YouTuber. A pastiche is a YouTuber. I love it. Pastiche is a patch you wear to help cure pain. Patch worn to cure pain. That could be a good answer. Pastiche. I like pat on the arse. Pastiche. Eek! Eek! I'm getting a little sexy there. A butt cream to reduce fat. All right. Pastiche, a rash caused by pastels. Gotta watch those art supplies. I like that one. That's a good one. A rash caused by pastels. I'm going to switch to my other ink pen because these are just soaking through to the other side. Is this the one that, yeah. These are just soaking through. I'll go over here. Pastiche. Tim might steal that idea. They could have a lot of fun with that one out on the market, couldn't they? Just think of what the projects would be. I don't know. Pastiche and gold. Oh, yeah. Pastiche plus gold. That would be equal Merry Rebels. Merry Rebels. Oh, that's funny. Janet, a former teacher, pastiche. A pastiche. A past teach would a former teacher. That a pastiche would be a former teacher. That would make a lot of sense. It sounds like it. A boyfriend's name. Hi Pastiche, how you doing today? Let's go to the movies. Pastiche is a curse word in French India. Not for real, is it? Nah. Curse word in French India. Let me read the real meaning one more time here. A pastiche is a work of visual art, literature, theater, or music that imitates the style or character of the work of one or more artists. Unlike a parody, pastiche celebrates rather than mocks the work that it imitates. I would imagine in our art journaling, we do a lot of pastiching. You know, because we kind of, I'm not sure we really celebrate, but we imitate a lot of art styles out there, just like my mind mapping. I'm not imitating, but I've certainly drawn inspiration from Dee Dee's mind maps and her Society of Idea Collectors. I kind of celebrate the Society of Idea Collectors. So the work of an artist, I kind of draw. Dee Dee just inspires all of us, and we don't do a parody of Dee Dee. You could do a parody of Mary, but a pastiche kind of celebrates the artist or the artwork. What French call pasties, like strippers wear. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Pasties. French. Pasties. Like strippers wear. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that, but I could probably go look it up. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. The style of Pierre's mustache. Did you all see the card that Annie V sent me? I'd get up and get it, but it's across the room. She sent me a postcard. It was of a painting, but it looked just like Papa Pierre. The style of Pierre's mustache. Is a pastiche. That's a good one. That's a good one, Janet. Mary loves her gold. She'll be the first in line to buy it. I might buy some pastiche if you would mix some gold in it. Kind of a green gold copper color. I could see that going on. Kind of a gold doesn't tarnish, but for Mary it would. I think copper tarnishes, but I don't think gold ever tarnishes. It might get a little dirty, but I don't think gold ever tarnishes. Pastiche, when your faux patina painting goes wrong. Yes, that's a good one. When faux patina painting goes wrong. It's a pastiche. I like these that kind of relate to the art world, because these would be good for art trivia cards. What was the other one that we said over here? A rash caused by pastels. Art paste. Art paste, yes. Pastiche is an art paste. Who comes up with these words? I do. You know where I get these words? I go out to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in the public domain library, and I'm just thumbing down looking for stuff, just looking at the pictures, and I notice these words, and I go, "What's a pastiche?" I don't know what a pastiche is. That's a good art trivia word. That's how they come up with them. You're monkeying. In Italian, that means to make a mess. So it's an Italian mess. It sounds the same, but not sure how it's spelled. I'm going to put down it's to make a mess as a pastiche. To make an Italian mess. That's what I got from your comment, Janet. I will have to ask Pierre about those. That's funny, Cheryl. My boyfriend has a big pastiche. It's hard to find shirts that fit his arm. Woo! Are you talking muscles? Are you talking muscly arms like a physique? Yeah, how do you spell physique? Physic? A pastiche physique? I'm going to put big muscle arms. That's what I got out of that comment. Growing up, I was always told, Janet, stop making a pastiche. And you just kept on, didn't you, Janet? And then it turned into art journaling, and now you're famous. Janet, stop making a pastiche. Oh. But actually, it's a celebration of the art that you're imitating. It's like if we, like we're studying Deco or Art Deco, or I'm studying Art Deco this month. I'm not really celebrating it, but I'm studying it in the sense that I'm learning about it. So I think you could probably call my little attempts at Art Deco pastiches. They're Meri pastiches in my art journal. What'd you say when you drop your pastry on your floor? Is that like the Domino's pizza? I will refund you the cost of your pastiche when you drop pastry on the floor. Green gold is nice and shiny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 24 karat gold sometimes does have a greenish cast to it. Softer it gets, the more it changes color. That's interesting, Janice. We're going to have to work some gold into our Miss Mary mystery story. You know, gold fixes everything. We don't have any gold on our story, do we? Huh. That's interesting. Remember that thought for me. I had to put the last part there for Mary's virgin ears. Wait a minute, I forgot what you said. Oh, it's nice and shiny? Or what was the other part? And it's hard to find the shirts that fit his arm. That's the last part that you're putting there because of Mary. Let's keep this chat clean. It's funny. You know, it's funny. I notice that people get this. I must project a certain personality to you guys. And it kind of amazes me. Like, you wouldn't probably, if you were in another person's chat, you probably wouldn't hesitate to omit that last part. But don't put it in now. But what I'm getting at is I must project something about my personality that you guys are picking up on
that I'm doing unintentionally. And that kind of really makes me think, what is it that I'm projecting subconsciously that you guys are picking up on that I'm not aware of? That's very interesting. There are things that I project that I am aware of that I probably shouldn't be projecting, huh? Mary, what I mean is, whoever decided the meaning of these words? Well, I think they probably come from Latin. That's a good question. Let's go look up pastiche. Let me copy this. Let's go look it up, because most of these words have a Latin or Old English. Some of them come from Old German, and they come up. Let's look at the etymology, as Dee Dee Willingham would say, the etymology of these words. Let's go here and let's just look up pastiche and see if we can find. Let's put in etymology, etymology. Sort of like that. Origin and meaning of pastiche by the online etymology dictionary. Pastiche as a medley made up of fragments of different works. 1878, from the French pastiche. See, it's a French word. That's where you guys are all getting this French. Pastiche. From the Italian, Janet got in the Italian, pasticum, pasticum, composed of paste, borrowed earlier from the Italian form. But how does it get to a celebration or a medley of fragments from different works? A medley from the Italian word pastico, medley. Let's see. That's interesting. Let's see if we can get at something else. Let's look at Wiktionary. See what it says. The etymology of pastiche. From Italian pastico, meaning a pie or something blended. Now see, I got my meaning here of, it's a work of visual art literature that imitates the style or character of the work of one or more artists. And I got that off of Wiki. So I suppose when we're looking at the etymology here, this word, something pie, something blended, means like art that's blended together from the work of one or more artists. Dough or pastry or paste, from ancient Greek, and I can't even pronounce that. I can hardly read it. Meaning barley or porridge, or pastos, meaning sprinkled with salt. Isn't that interesting? Sprinkled with salt. I like that. So the word pastiche evolved from French, Italian, and Greek. Let's see if we can. Oh, I got my sound turned off. And look here. See there, here. This is a pastiche. Can you guys see that? They're showing a picture of pastiche. This is on Wiki, so I'm pretty sure I can show this. This is Wiki etymology where I am. This is Botticelli's original on the left. Right here is Botticelli's original on the left. This is my left over here. And on the right is, on the right is number one. A work of art, drama, literature, music, or architecture that imitates the work of a previous artist. So I suppose if you were going to go out and do Andy Warhol's soup cans in your art journal, that would be a pastiche. A musical medley. I'm not into music, but those of you that are, who compose some music that's based off of, maybe you're doing something based, I might get into copyright there, but let's just say an old Irish tune that doesn't have any copyright, and you're celebrating that old Irish tune and you're putting that medley in your musical composition. You might call that a pastiche. An incongruous mixture or hodgepodge
That's where we're getting into this Italian pie or pastry. This says uncountable, a postmodern playwriting technique that fuses a variety of styles, genres, or storylines to create a new form. And then it goes on and on and on. An anagram, it gives several anagrams there. It gives French, Portuguese, Spanish. But pastiche is a work that imitates the work of a previous artist. That's how they, and that's off of Wiktionary. Isn't that fun? Okay, let's do stop. You guys have probably said others, but I'm going to do stop because we got 2 other words to do. That was kind of fun to go out and look at that etymology of it. That was a good question. Gail, I think, asked that. Let's do a pastiche swap. You're going to have to talk to Aunt Beck, Tanya, or Lisa. Mary gave up doing swaps long ago. She's got Happy Mail she's trying to get done. I mean, as far as coordinating swaps. That would be kind of fun to do, though, wouldn't it? A pastiche swap? That would be fun to do. Talk to Aunt Beck. Maybe she'll do one. The mint chocolate chip was good. Was that the ice cream? Buried treasure? A treasure hunt? They're laughing at me. Mary's alter ego. Yes, it's a clean joke. Oh, dear. Yellow gold, rose gold. The new pastiche gold, Janet says. Oops. Hold it. Let's see. Pastiche gold will be available in the stores soon. You'll have to talk to Tim Holtz. Or, what is it, Dina Wakely? Does she do colors? Who else does colors? Tim Holtz does. Dina Wakely does. Daniel Smith watercolor. It's pastiche. You know how they get that color? They take a little from here. They take a little from there. They take a little from here and then there and there. And usually when they mix that all together, they get an ugly gray or a muddy brown. But when we do it as a pastiche, it's voila. It's a beautiful new color. All right, let's go to the next word. I'm not buffering, am I? Come on. What's happening here? Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. Open my YouTube again. There you all are. Kim would love that name. The Mermaid Lady does colors too, doesn't she? I don't know the Mermaid Lady. See, Martha Stewart makes paint. That's true. I don't know the Mermaid Lady. I don't know everybody. All right, let's go to the next word. The next word is, let me get it here. We did pastiche. Oh, you're going to like this one. Peruk. Peruk. P-E-R-U-K. And again, I'm going to read the meaning. I'm not going to write it all down. But it's an archaic term for the word periwig, which is an archaic term for wig. W-I-G. The word bigwig was coined to describe snobs who could afford big poofy perukes. And I picked this word up when I was, last month I was doing that colonial art. And I looked up to see why all those men wore all those white wigs back in those colonial days. You know, why did men wear white wigs? You couldn't get a man to wear a white wig like that today, could you? Unless he was in costuming or in the theater. And that's where I ran across the word peruk. Let's look up the etymology of it, just because I think that's fun. Let's type in peruk here. Can we do that here? Wictionary peruke. Let's search peruke. 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 In English, there's gives some alternate forms. Perrukue. They give some different ways that it's spelled. It's from the French word perrukue, peruke. Peruke is it gives a pronunciation, and it means a wig, especially the one with long hair on the sides and back, worn mainly by men in the 17th and 18th century. And then they give some examples of Lord Byron, Don Juan. But now at 30 years, my hair is gray. I wonder what it will be like at 40. I thought of a peruke the other day. So they're giving some examples of how it's used. With, here's the etymology. Peru plus K-E. Let's see. Do they, from para, Peru meaning heritage or origin. Peru is the base. I don't know why they put all that in there, but derived terms, a verb, indicative present cognitive form of perua. It's kind of interesting to look at all this. It gives Latvian, Old English, per, borrowed from Latin, perum. From Peru. Peru, also frequently used as, I can't even pronounce it. Pars pro toto to refer to all the Spanish settlements in America. It looks more like a turkey than a Peru. I'm trying to see. The female version of it is Perua, the female. See also Peru. Oh, I meant Peru. I wanted Peruke, U-K-E. Maybe I thought I was at Peruke. Did I? P-E-R-U-K-E. I must have got out of it. Etymology from French. So it came from the French. You can blame the French for all these perukes. Okay, let's go back to a parrot puke. Okay, parrot puke. All right, parrot puke. That's kind of what it sounds like, doesn't it? That's not a color. Parrot puke is not a color, but if it were a color, it'd probably be orangey green color. Mimicking the king of the time. Hi, clear gray sky. Welcome, welcome. Mimicking the king of the time. Peruke. Okay, something you want the doctor to cure. Like, Doc, I got peruke. Help. Something you want doctor to cure. What is going on over here? A fan is blowing my papers. To hide the dirty hair and scars from diseases not cured yet. That's why they wore them. Yes, Azure. I saw that when I was reading about perukes and why they wore them back in the old days. Dirty hair and scars from diseases not cured yet. A lot of them, I hate to say it, had syphilis and dirty hair. You think they'd wash the hair, but evidently not. They just put a wig on. I can't imagine them putting a wig over dirty hair, but I guess they did. I could imagine them putting a wig on to cover up sores on their head or scars or something like that. But it became a style. You can't convince me that all of them, it became more of a style than, a reason to wear them. It became more of a style type thing. Also, status. Yes, that's what I mean by a style. It became a status thing to wear a wig. Like the judges, like the court judges, the justice of the peace back then, or the justices. Yeah, yuck, Cheryl says. And the lice and cooties, yes. Ew. Merkin wigs are really strange ones. I don't know what a Merkin wig is, but I'm going to look it up. Merkin wigs. Are those the ones with all the curls? Like they have the curls all the way down like this? Just rows of curls like that. And of course, they're white. And then they'll have them down here too. And they'll probably have a part in the middle. Merkin was to hide. Mermaid Lady is Jane Davenport. Oh, thank you, JL. Is that who Mermaid Lady is? Yes, she does do colors. I don't know if we could do her. We could convince her to do prestige gold, though. She might. I don't know. Those mermaids could be swimming down in the Davy Jones locker for some prestige gold. We'll let her and Tim Holtz fight it out. A rebuke from a local parson. A rebuke. A peruke rebuke from a local parson. I like that. Yes, Janice. I forget. Let's see. Right, Azure, they didn't like to take baths back then. I can think of a lot of men who could wear perukes today. I would. That would be very itchy. Janice, I had to look up Zandra. Is that how Jane Davenport got her name from Mermaid Lady, from Zandra? Because Jane Davenport was on one of Zandra. I just happened to pop in right as they were getting done. Zandra had a chat where one of those chats, I guess she's popped in more than one of Zandra's streams. I don't know them very well. I know I like those two sets of Jane Davenport watercolors I have. They're so bright and pretty. I could use a prestige gold. Peruke, the past tense of peruse. Past tense. That means in the past. I perused. I perused it. I peruked it. Remember, they stayed on the ships a long time. Yeah, now that's probably more likely. That's probably more likely. But I don't know. Those guys on the boats, unless they were like in the captain's, I sat at the captain's table. The guys on those boats a long time probably did not wear white wigs, don't you think? The sailors probably wore their hair short and windblown. The definition of a merkin wig is a wig for shave. Oh, all right. Who said that? Who said merkin wig? Clear gray sky. Got to keep this clean. Only the aristocrats wore the wigs. Yes. Dates back to the 1450s. This is kind of interesting, though. This is the history part of art history, the part that, in our culture today, if we saw men walking down the street with perukes on, we would think they were either weird or
or going to a costume party or in the theater or something like that. We're not accustomed to that kind of of a culture that they probably accepted that very like it was a normal thing back then. Clean cloth screen wiping. Clean cloth screen wiping. Clean cloth screen wiping. A Persian bathhouse servant. Persian bathhouse servant. I could see that being called a peruke. Hi, Kathy Whitney. Crew neck t-shirts were only worn by the sailors at first. Hold on a minute here. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. In other words, I have to look something up on the internet before I talk. Okay. All right. I'm not going to talk. I had to look it up, make sure what I was thinking was right. They didn't know being clean was good. They didn't know about medical stuff. That is so true. And, it's so interesting. I can't remember the novel. I read a great big old thick novel when I came home from Wisconsin. This was before I had any internet here. And I read every book in this house. And gosh, what was the name of that book? I can't remember it, but it was about two doctors. And one of this doctor was always emphasizing cleanliness. And, some of the things that went on back then, that no wonder they had so much disease. They did not have the cleanliness. And it took a lot of education from the medical field to get people to not, people as a culture to like, and I hate to say it, sometimes I walk into public bathrooms today and I just shake my head. Some of them are really clean, but some of them are filthy. And there's paper towels all over the floor. There's water on the counters. And I'll watch people go to the bathroom and walk out with washing their hands. And I just go, oh, yuck. I hope you don't work in the food industry. And that kind of scares me in a way because, I don't know what they do in the public schools today because I'm so far away from it, so far removed from the education. But I know when we went to school, you were taught to wash your hands and to lather up that soap and, I don't know. I kind of worry that we're kind of getting away from that. We get lazy. I think, as a culture. All right, I'm talking. I'm off on a rabbit trail. George Washington, they did his bloodletting. That's what caused his death. Well, he had pneumonia too. And that I think he rode out in a snowstorm and he got really sick. And they might have done bloodletting as to help cure him. They did that with leeches, didn't they? I think they used leeches to do the bloodletting. Hi, Kathy Whitney. I love learning about old stuff. It makes you really happy to live now, doesn't it? We have inherited so much, not even our art history, which is kind of what I like to do when I go back and look at the public domain library when I do my doodle games. But not only did we inherit so much there, we inherited so much from our ancestors. We're really fortunate and blessed to live in the time that we live in, and the technology. Here, look, I can hold this phone in my hand,
and not only talk to you, but project down on my desk. Yeah, YouTube has its problems and cameras have their problems. And, we know all of that. But just think of the technology we have. Here I'm sitting way out in central Nebraska, way out here in a little town, and I'm talking to people all over the world. It's just amazing. And you can see the little desk and all the spots on my desk. It's amazing. Walk in, walk out, eek. I don't know what that means. Walk in, walk out, eek. Line of God about St. Luke. Yes. The physician. Yes, Janet, I've read that. Lion of God. That was by Francis Meyer, wasn't it? Lion of God. St. Luke. That would be a book I would go back and read again. Excellent book. I love is it Francis Meyer? Is it Francis Meyer? Oh, I'm rotten with names. The novel poses that he tried to promote cleanliness, but of course, just one guy's idea and it got lost in time. Yeah. Esther says she tries to avoid the public bathrooms at all costs. Sometimes you gotta go. You gotta go, Azure. Elementary schools are germ factories. Yes, they are. And even walking into Walmart, I always pick up one of those wipes and wipe the cart down. I don't wipe it all down. I wipe the handle and where the baby's sitting around there. I don't clean the wheels and all of that. But, I can't, that stickiness and people's touching things. And I'll walk into stores now that don't have those little sanitary wipes. And sometimes I go, ooh, I don't know if I want to touch that cart. And it's just, you get into that habit of wanting to do it. But I always wipe those carts down. Bye, Gail. Thanks for coming. Azure said she worked in a nursery school 1 year. She was sick. Back that whole year. The germs. Yeah, kids are, kids are, they have a lot, they play together and they, it's pretty easy for them to pass things along to each other and to their teachers and assistants and all of that. Taylor Caldwell. Lion of God was Taylor Caldwell? Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking of one that Francis Schaeffer wrote. I think it was Francis Schaeffer. I said Meyer. I think it was Francis. I'd have to look it up. But she wrote one about, was it about St. Luke or was it about, I'm getting all mixed up. I'd have to go look it up. This is where I put my foot in my mouth. Where I better shut up. Yeah, Taylor, I think you're right, Janice. I think you're right because I don't have all that on the tip of my tongue. But I remember reading that book. It was a very interesting book. But the book that I was talking about was more, took place more in the 1890s, up around in there. I got it in the other room in there. I could go up and get it, but I'm not going to. An ugly green rug. A peruke is an ugly green rug. It's a pastiche rug. An ugly green rug. Thank you, Cheryl. I carry 2 bottles of hand sanitizer in the purse. Peruke, a Peruvian expat living in the UK. That's a good one, too. A Peruvian expatriate living in the UK. I go armed. All right, we're going to stop with that. We don't have to belabor this. It's fun learning it, though. We've got one more word, and this word is not so much art-oriented, but it's kind of an interesting word regardless. I'm going to write it on the back of here. Just a minute. Here, let me fold my paper. Fan's blowing. It is hot in here. Even we got the front door open. We leave it open at night. Well, not all night. I shut it before I go to bed, but it's so hot in here. Autodidactic. 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 It means self-learning or self-education. So what are, and I guess it would be if you were a self-taught artist, if you wanted to apply it to the art world. So what is autodidactic? Some very close but very wrong answers. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock. Got about another hour left here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a marathon tonight. I should, but I'm kind of tired. I streamed this morning. I might do a marathon later this weekend. Late. It would be like 1 o'clock in the morning to 8, either on Saturday, Sunday morning, or Sunday, Monday morning, if I decide to do it. It really depends on how I feel. I'm kind of tired tonight. Another instruction in the car manual. That's a good one. Another instruction in the car manual. Autodidactic. Autodidactic. Another instruction in car manual. I guess that could be kind of self-education if you were reading the manual to a factory machine that dyes cloth. That's a good one. Factory machine that dyes cloth. I like that one. I'm going to put a star by it. Who said that? Janice did. Factory machine that dyes cloth. Both of those are good. Cheryl said this one, another instruction in the car manual. Factory machine that dyes cloth. A newfangled 3D printer. Good one. A newfangled 3D printer. I should get these all out on my community tab. I will, after I get my Happy Meal done. A car that changes color. I love it. A car that changes color. That's good. Car that changes color. I am not going to be gold today. I'll be pastiche tomorrow. The label maker on a conveyor belt. A label maker. I'm afraid to ask what a conveyor belt is. It probably show my ignorance. And Azure will go to bed laughing tonight. And my pen is running out of ink again here. Is this one out of ink too? No. Don't overexert yourself, Mary. Take care of you. Thank you, Kathy. That's really good advice. That's advice for all of us. I have to tell you, I am coming out of 2 weeks of just being stressed out. Not only because I couldn't get this camera working, but also just things that happened in my personal life and all of that. And it probably showed. I was really stressed the last couple weeks. And now that I got this camera working, it's like I'm walking on cloud 9. You know, I just feel this big, I'm much happier. But you need to take care of you during those times, you know, and that includes if you don't want to watch marathons at 1 o'clock in the morning, go to bed. A self-propelled conveyor, the part of the conveyor. All right, Azure, let me look it up. Just because I'm stupid. A Convair is a previously consolidated Vultee was an American aircraft manufacturing company. Is that what you're referring to? A Convair, an aircraft? Why did you just say airplane? Kathy said it, a self-propelled airplane. Self-propelled airplane. I was afraid Azure was leading me down the path to embarrass me. And then giggle about it all the way home. Kathy's tired. Kathy, if you're tired, you go to bed. You take care of yourself too. When an artist repeats a pattern on every artwork they produce, like that guy that always puts an airplane in every painting. Oh, that's interesting. Autodidactic. That would be, boy, I'll tell you, that would be one that I would probably choose. So an artist uses, I'm going to kind of paraphrase it for my quick writing here. I'm going to say motif, or I'm going to put pick, motif or pick on, my pens are running out of ink, on every artwork is autodidactic. That's a good one. A conveyor. You mean a conveyor is a conveyor? A conveyor belt? JL? Oh, a conveyor belt. Oh, I thought you were talking about conveyor. I was trying to looking that up. I'm going, I don't know what that is, and I feel stupid. I don't want to admit I don't know what it is because it's probably something I should know. Oh, where was that? Label maker on a conveyor belt. All right, that makes more sense. I know what a conveyor is. That's okay. Now I don't feel stupid, Azure. A programmable lawnmower. Oh, I love that. A programmable lawnmower. A programmable lawnmower. Don't remind me. I want one of those for tomorrow, Janet. I have a feeling maybe it'll rain tonight. Thank you, JL. Thank you so much for elucidating for us. A word that you need to spell before getting your license. Oh, dear. A word to spell before getting license. I would flunk. I would flunk it. That would be a horrible hard test. You guys, you're so funny. These have been good conversations. Everyone would be at the machine sounding out that word. Yes. All right, Kathy, you have a good weekend. You go lay down. Have a good weekend. Thanks for popping in. I sure appreciate it. I think I'll put stop on this. We don't need to carry this on all night. These are good meanings. Besides, my pens are running out of ink. I think that I'm going to call these done. I think I'm going to call those pens done. I'll put this in my art trivia book, which is a composition book. So let's go back to my list. Get another dry pen out here. We did art trivia. I want to do an art study, but I'm not going to belabor it. What I want to do is go out and show you. You guys had given me that link for the New York Public Library. Let me move my chair up closer to the desk. Let me go to let me go to my art study 4 here. I want to show you, let's go to this hummingbird that I did the other day. And I want to show you, when I did this that week that my phone died on me just as I was doing this part in here, and I was talking about Art Deco, which is really my my theme for this art journal, but I mean not Art Deco. The 1920s is the theme for my August art journal. Is the 1920s. I kind of got sunflowers in there too, but Art Deco really started before the 1920s, but it really evolved during the 1920s, and there's Art Deco architecture and design. You'll see Art Deco furniture. But I'm looking more at graphic art, and this was a fussy cut of a hummingbird that I glued down in here, and then I picked this line type style off of here, and I'm calling that an Art Deco element. That's not the only Art Deco element. There's also putting in broad. Let's see it. Well, see, I've got my lines there, but broad areas of color, like, see all this broad color in there, and my lines are outlining it. That's kind of like an Art Deco style. So what I wanted to do was go out here to the New York Public Library and go to some of the things that inspired me to do this. And that's not the one. Let's go to find the one that inspired me to do this one. And it's probably the last one that I try. Yeah, let me get it. Let me go back out there. What they have, when I type in the word Art Deco and check the little public domain, I get 13 results, and they're all menus. And I get this little deal, like this is all from the public library. And what I wanted to show you was this one here. And I have the link. Well, let me put the link to it in there. Let me just give you the link here. Copy address. I'll give you the link here if you want to look at this close up rather than on my phone. There's the link to that menu that I'm looking at right now. I'll go back to my... And if you look at this picture, and if you looked at it close, zoom in on it. Of course, I got my little chat box in there. If you look at this, you see this beautiful flower in there. You see that a lot in Art Deco art. And it's a very stylized flower, but it's really soft. Like I could see those artists who do colored pencil work, and they do all that shading. And, you know, like they'll come from a very light color or go into a dark color, or they'll come from a dark and shade it down into a light color. It's very soft and delicate. And a watercolor artist might do that too. But look at these lines. Look at these lines around in here. That's very much an Art Deco style in there. And that's kind of how I pick my lines. This, let me show you where I got inspired to do this. If I can get to it. If I can get to it here. Our Glorious Century. She's right in here. This lady right here that I'm pointing to. I could zoom in on my camera, but I'm just going to hold up the book. Right here. And you look at this shape here and you think, oh, look at that big black area, but look at this picture. Now, I know from photography that this part of her head is her hair. I know that this part in here is her hair. But as I look at that picture, I see this big shape. And so when I drew this in an Art Deco style, I stylized this. And see, here's her scarf, and I stylized that. And this curved shape of her dress is in there. I didn't put her hand in there. I gave her a kind of a, well, it's not a brooch, it's kind of a silk tie in there. But this is kind of an Art Deco style. But looking at that menu again, get it, zoom in. The other thing that I like about it is if you look at these menus, let me give you that other link here. Link to, I don't know if this whole link will fit in one chat box. I'll try it. If it doesn't, I'll put it on my community page. Oops. Is it going to fit? It did. I think if I can just click on it there, I think, whoops. Open with, there, I'm going to it again out there. That link will take you to all those different menus out there. And I just clicked on the first one to get to that boat. And I'm in Firefox, so let's see, I want to zoom it here. And what I like about it is they took this graphic element of these flowers and that Art Deco style, and then they used a photograph. Like I could see taking one of those old postcards and doing a page. Let's do that just out of fun. What time is it here? It's 10:14. I don't want to go too late. I'm only going to go until 11 our time Central, which is 12 Eastern time. That's late enough for this stream. And I'll probably stream a marathon later in the weekend. Let's go to a page. I'm going to grab one of those postcards that I got at, let's do it right there. Well, no, because I'm that manila, my markers get all. Let's do it right here. Let's grab one of those postcards. And I can reach over and get one here. Let me walk across the room. I got these postcards at the thrift store. And a lot of them are travel cards, but they're really, some of them are really kind of interesting. And you could take any shape. You could take a postcard or a fussy cut out of a magazine. But I'm going to use a postcard because it's a nice square rectangular shape like that boat on that menu. And let's see. I've been sorting these out. I got my people postcards here. I got Nyhart. And is that the people one? No, I guess I put him on top. Oh, this might be a nice, except I'm not going to glue it down because it's got writing on the back. But look at that postcard. Look at that postcard. Let me center it and hold it still a little. Look at that postcard. This is airmail, St. Patrick's Day greetings. In Celtic mythology, the dear goddess of, and I can't even pronounce it, was the mother of Oisin, the son of the hero Finn Cumhall, Cumhall. I can't even pronounce this. But this is an Irish postcard. And it says airmail. I don't see a date except for this says 1976. So this was probably sent in the 70s. But it's very, it could be very Art Deco-ish. And you're going to see the address here. I'm not even going to attempt to cover it up now. Put my thumb over it, I guess. But it says, greetings of Westport. I hope that you are keeping well of it. All are well here. We had a nice mild winter. Cabbage is growing well. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, Easter greetings, and love to all. From Em and Mary. But I'm going to make an Art Deco piece out of that, page out of it, just because I think it would be fun to do it. And I'm going to do a pastiche of this menu. Now this, on his, he's saying that we had a nice mild winter. Cabbage is growing well. I could go out there and do some Art Deco cabbages if I wanted. I don't think I will, but I might even draw some elements. This is Celtic. I'd have to look at this pretty close. This is all Celtic work in here. But this looks, I don't know if I'm not sure I could take a picture of it. I think I'll just use it as it is. But it looks like it'd be very much fit an Art Deco page. And instead of gluing it down, I'm going to make a flip out of it because I want to be able to flip it. And I think I'll flip it this way. But really, I bought these postcards. That big package of postcards at the Goodwill cost me $3. And I know I'm going to have so much fun with these. So much fun. I've been sorting them out. Let me grab. And this is kind of my art study segment here. We're kind of studying Art Deco. Let's see. I'm going to put this tape right here. Right at the bottom, I think. That way, if I want to turn it over and read it again, I can sort of peek under here. I probably won't, but I might want to sometime. So we're going to do a pastiche. We're going to celebrate menus and Art Deco style graphic. Now, that line that I was talking about, how they did that line around everything, that's not the only thing about Art Deco, but if you go and read it about Art Deco, they'll say that it was very, let me just go there and read it rather than paraphrase it. I get a lot of my information from Wiki. Other places too, but I feel safe using Wiki. Let me go here and let's do a new tab and Art Deco, because the information on Wiki is mostly in the common domain, so I feel pretty safe using it. Here, Wikipedia. Art Deco, sometimes is referred to as Deco, is a style of visual arts, architecture, and design that first appeared in France just before World War I. It influenced the design of buildings, furniture, jewelry, fashion, cars, movies, theaters, trains, ocean liners, and everyday objects such as radios and vacuum cleaners. Let's see. And it tells how it got its name. This is what I wanted to read. It combined modern styles with fine craftsmanship and rich materials. During its heyday, Art Deco represented luxury, glamour, exuberance, and faith in social and technological progress. And see here, they're giving an Art Deco building, how they designed that tower. And then here's an art piece, and here's a design piece, a hood ornament here. So if you look up Art Deco on Wiki, you can learn all about it, which is really interesting. I mean, it goes on and on. There's the buildings, the theater. There's an Art Deco rose on the ceiling there. Some of this is just really interesting. But I want to go back to my menu over here. Oh, did it freeze it? Well, I think I got it downloaded. Let's see if I got it in my gallery. Let's see if I got it in my gallery here. Yeah, I do. So what I want to do is where it has this boat here, I'm going to use this postcard that I got at Goodwill the other day of this Irish, and it is, I can't even, Celtic mythology. And I can't pronounce all these names. The dear goddess of somebody was the mother of somebody, the son of hero somebody. I won't even attempt to pronounce those words correctly because I just butcher them. Oh, I could get political, but I won't. Now, let's see. I saw Tim Holtz use his little picture tool to get this double-sided tape. So I've been using my palette knife, and it does work. So let's just kind of put this right here. It's kind of small for this page, but I'll work around that. And I don't know if I have, I'm missing my ruler. I miss my ruler. So what am I going to use? I don't know what happened to my ruler. That really bothers me. I looked all over for it today. How I lose things. I want something here, maybe this. Jot pen things. I want to draw some lines to mimic the, I don't want updates, to mimic the lines around this boat. Here's where I'm going with this. So I'm going to do the same thing around this postcard, sort of, if I can see it. And I should have put a page underneath, but I didn't. Should I now? Yeah, I probably should. I'll grab one of these. No. Grab this one. Put behind there. Picks up all my ink soaking through there. And I'm going to let this flip in case I want to read the back of it. And I can't get all those flowers on there, but I'll do something. And it probably won't be as elegant. It won't be as elegant as the boat that we're looking at. I miss my ruler. I really miss my ruler. It's around here someplace. I looked for it all afternoon. I thought maybe it fell behind over the cliff or under the crevice. That got a little close. Now I want to go out again. Maybe a little like that. And I'll just come draw it down that way just because. And I could tack that down, but I'm going to let it flip. This way and around that way. And of course, I'm not spending hours and hours doing this, making those lines perfect. I'm just kind of getting a sense of it. Now, it has this circle here with those flowers in it. Let's see, what could I do? I can't do that. How about this? That might work. Let's do a circle down here, sort of a circle. But let's put the flowers in first. Let's just draw a flower shape. Come on, flip. Well, a flower shape like this, kind of like very graphic. Now, I could come in with colored pencils, but I'm not a pro at colored pencils. I probably have better luck with watercolor on this. And I'm really making this flower too large. Now let's put a petal there. And I'm not going to get everything on it. So let's make these a little smaller in here. Like that, maybe. And another one in like, I just want to get a sense of a flower on here. Now I'm going to take my circle and it's okay if it's the flowers peek out the edges of the circle, because I'm going to come around and I'm going to do this type of design. And if you looked at this inside of that circle, I don't know if I can, I'll have to take a picture of it here. Let's take a picture of it to enlarge it. If you looked, yeah, I got out of it. Yeah, let me get back in it here. When I take a picture, it always puts it up in another album. Let's move that screenshot. I don't want to do that. What did it do? I just want the picture. I want to move that to my art study. Move to album. Art study 4. And then I have to go to art study 4. There it is. Now I wanted to show you, if you expanded this circle thing in here on this poster, you could see in between those flowers, they did shapes, but in those shapes, they did straight lines that so remind me of Zentangle, you know, of our doodling. So in here, they might put a shape like this, like that, and then they might come in and put in lines like that. And I see that type of thing a lot in Art Deco. This is kind of, because this picture is so large, this picture really needs to be more like just this. But I didn't want to destroy my card. But I could come in here and make these shapes and put in those lines. Come on, flip. Flip. And then they also, around in here, see this pink line? Let's get it in here if I can. This pink line right in here, it's going off of the edge of my but that kind of mimics this. In this case, it's a leaf, but in my case, it's a flower. So I might take and bring a shape like this around my flower and carry it on up over this way and make that circular like that and color it in pink, and do the same thing over here and do the same thing in here and make that circular, and then bring another line out this way to complete my circle, like that. Now this is a very on-the-fly, fast thing. If I were doing this when I say serious art rather than plopping it in my art journal, I would probably make this smaller or have a larger sheet of paper so I could get this form on there better. But I'm just trying to fit what I see here onto the page. And then they actually did some shapes in here to connect this circle to the bottom of that picture, which is in here. I'm talking about this area right in there. And I know you guys aren't seeing this very well. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little. I don't know. I think my camera controls are under the control of, come on. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm going to leave it there because, oops. I thought I was going to leave it there. Let's go down one. I have a pretty slow response time on my, come on, come down. There it goes. Now, I'll just move my book. Let's see what it looks like to you guys. Where are you at here? Did I lose you? Good night, Lisa. She's probably long gone at 10:30. Oh, not too bad. 10:33. Good night, Lisa. Have a good night. I gotta see. I'm gonna try to center this so you guys can see what I'm doing. A little bit more over this way. I don't have complete control of my camera since I reinstalled this. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Move up a little. I'm moving my book around to fit my camera. I still need to come over this way a little more. There. Now, I'm going to, what time is it? I don't want to get too late out here. I want to use my markers. Let's use the pink since they used pink. Oops. They actually have red and orange. This is kind of a reddish orange, though. I called it pink. Let's see what this does. And let's color this area in here. Yeah, it's kind of the right color. Let's make sure that I want to color this area in here. And let's color this area in here. And let's color this area in this area. Now, I really think these flowers would be better done in watercolor or colored pencil or pastel or something, but I'm going to use my blue highlight. Will this work? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use my blue highlighter to do these. Zoom. Is that all the further you're going to go? Let's go to my gallery. To do these blue flowers here. Because they're not going to be done perfectly, but I'm just getting the sense of it. I'm doing a pastiche. I'm celebrating Art Deco. I'm actually kind of learning about it as I go, too. Now, if I had watercolor, I could get the different values in there. I'm going to put this lighter marker on here, and then I'm going to come in with some darker. That's where I'm going with this. And then this is blue in here. And that's blue. Now let's see if I can get a darker blue here. Maybe this will be a little bit darker blue. And that will define the area underneath of the petal there. And in here. And I really would rather have something. This is a fine tip marker. It's really fine. But I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm just kind of coloring it in fast. And it's kind of got shading up in here. It's kind of got some shading around in here. Kind of define those petals. Move my phone. Yeah, shading in there. And maybe some shading up around in here. And I'm doing this really fast. You would want to sit, if you were doing this for real, you'd want to sit and work at it. Let's see, this yellow gold in here. Yeah, that kind of works. That's not orange enough for me. Let me grab this orange chisel tip. Now they've got around in here, they've got yellow. And see, they put another flower motif here. I don't have room to do another flower motif. I might do a half circle and a line around it, something. But around here, around their picture, where they have that yellow, I'm going to do mine in orange because it'll show up better. It's very graphic. It's a very graphic style. And here again, this is something I'm kind of doing fast and furious. If I were doing this as an art project or for a poster or for something that, you know, somebody was paying me to do, I would certainly go a lot slower with it. And just because, now they did not color in this area in here because they got these shapes. They got these shapes colored in. But I'm going to, because I want to define this a little bit more, I'm going to color in with my orange that I used up here. I'm going to bring it down this way just to define the area a little bit more. But I think I'll leave those white and make these orange in here. And they would, on here it has a lot more of these little shapes in among the flowers, and they have leaves, and I don't have room for all of that. But what I want to do, I think, is they also have more than just this line. They have another line that comes out again around all of this. And I'm just hand drawing this in rather than. So I might just add another line. Yeah, I'm losing my sense of space up here. Draw this in. It's kind of wiggly. Trying to draw this down. See, I can't draw a straight line either, but I know where I'm going with it. There. Now, what do I want to do with the top?
what do I want to do with the top? Because I can't get all of this area here in. Let's zoom out. I can't get all of this area in up here. So what can I get in? I might be able to get these shapes where if you were, I'm way off. I'm way out of frame, aren't I? I'm so sorry. I'm way out of frame. You're probably yelling at me. You're probably yelling at me. Here, let's see if I can't get this camera. I don't like that I don't have. We give YouTube control of our camera, and I don't have the camera control that I wish I had. There, that's a little better. What I like about this is I have that kind of a Zentangle-like lines thing going on up here. So I might carry that same, and it's got some leaves in there. So I might make some leaves coming around like this and put a flower, maybe this flower shape coming down here. If you guys are seeing it, are you seeing it? Let me zoom up here. Mary, if you go to Pinterest and type in Art Deco, there's a lot there. I'll bet there is. The reason I don't use Pinterest, I don't use it because I like to use things that I know are in the public domain. Although this postcard may not be in the public domain, but it's just in my art journal. I have to be kind of careful what I put out here. I don't want to get demonetized, but if you want to go to Pinterest and get inspired by that, I would say by all means do that. It's a really good suggestion. Really good suggestion to go to Pinterest. But I like to go to the libraries and see what's in the library. I like to go out the wiki. I like the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I like to pick my stuff up from there. But that is a good suggestion, Cheryl. Yeah. Can I go in here a little bit more? I can't really adjust that like I want. And then I put my phone down and it all flips. What I want to do is bring one of these flowers, this one, and they've done two. Let's see if I can just kind of bring it out, bring the petal out this way. And it has that little yellow spot in there. And I can't see that so well. I'm struggling to see what it looks like. It comes out that way. And it kind of comes, petal coming this way. And in this way. And then this kind of comes down and out that way. Only a little bit better defined in there. So let's just kind of, and let's put another one in here like that. So, and then let's bring a little one down this way and kind of give it a shape like this. That's good enough. And then let's go into these lines that they do. They've got a curved area in here, that right in here, right up in there. If you can see where I'm pointing to, I don't have room to do it there because I did my flowers, but I could bring that down a little and do that right in here, sort of, and bring that out this way. And then start doing my Art Deco lines like this.
like that. And then how I did those, I showed you how those lines came down in here. I'm going to do that same thing right in here. And you can make them close together, you can make them curved. But what I'm doing here is just getting a study of it. I'm kind of saying, look, it has vertical lines in here that remind me of Zentangle. These colors are soft. They put sort of a Art Deco frame around a photograph there. This is actually a menu. And there's a lot of other things that are going on with Art Deco. I'm just picking the things that are kind of simple in shape and I know I can study and work with and have fun with. Okay, so let's take, shall we take that orange again? Or shall we, yeah, let's do the orange in here. And this is just a Pen Plus Gear chisel marker I got at Walmart. Cheap markers, but they get the color on there. And let's take this blue. Let's do a blue line in here for the fun of it. And a blue line coming this way for the fun of it. And these, of course, are blue. Like that, sort of. And then I've got a yellow centers in here. And some dark blue going on in here. Let's see. I'll put the dark blue down in here. Just do some lines to get the shading in there. And a little bit in here. I'm doing this kind of fast. And the same in here, dark blue going on in there. Dark blue going on in there. Now, the other thing I want to do is something in here. And I don't want to do my flowers again. I think I'll try to do a couple of these leaf shapes, which kind of come up like and maybe we'll bring these around here like that and do another leaf shape in here and bring this around and connect to these flowers. And it's got these. Let's bring this down that way. And just for the fun of it, let's bring one up over and around this way, just to give that page some shape. And we'll put in a filler. I'm calling these little shapes in here fillers. I don't know if that's what they're really called, but they look to me like they're fillers. Fillers. They kind of fill in that area, kind of define that area in there. And you could put another one down in here. And we could put one up in here. And we could also do that same thing. In here, all around this flower, they've got a soft red and yellow. Again, a filler. So this line actually comes out, kind of mimics the shape of this flower. And actually it kind of goes this way, comes this way. And let's put a filler in here. And let's do another line like that. And if you just keep working at it, it's almost, I hate to say it's almost like doodling in a sense, because you're doing this and you're putting in these lines. Let's color in my fillers here. I think the color really helps define these areas. And I would really want some going on in here. It goes off of the page here. But something going on in there. Maybe something going on in there. Just to kind of fill up that area in here. Maybe something even going on in here. Forgot to put my lines in there. So this is kind of my art study. I like to kind of do art studies. That's what I'm calling it, is an art study. Now on here, down in this area here, on here, they put the menu item, like dinner menu, and they have it all. I mean, if this were a real piece, it would be very, very, very large. They'd have dinner, all their dinner menu items over there, but I've kind of expanded that. I want to do some green in there. I like green, if I can find it. I don't know. Greens are kind of non-existent. That's a dark green. My greens are kind of non-existent in my markers. They're purples and reds and oranges. They're way down at the bottom, I guess. This is a green, but it's very dark. Here's a light green way down here. It's a fine point. Let's color this green real fast. It's a fine point. It's a real fine tip, but at least I'm getting some green on it. And in here. And I can even carry that in over here if I wanted, but I think I'm going to go back to that blue around in here. Make all these lines in here a blue color. I mean, I would be going much slower and more careful if I was going to take hours and hours and hours in doing this. I'm doing this on my live stream really fast. It's got to go more this way. I hate my camera. I hate my camera setup. I've got to work with that. So, what am I going to print down in here? Let's see. I'm going to turn this around and read it again. St. Patrick's Day greeting, SADV. In Celtic mythology, SADV, the deer goddess of, I can't even pronounce it, the deer goddess of something, was the mother of Oisin, Oisin, the son of the hero Finn Mac Cumhal, SADV. So I think I'm going to put Celtic mythology, the deer goddess. That's what I'm going to put in here. So, or just put the deer goddess would be enough. the deer goddess. That's this. It's all Celtic, but I made it. And I'd love to be able to do this type of printing. Let's see, it's got sort of a, well, that's not going to work. I'll just do freehand here. I'm not going to belabor this. I don't have a D. I'm going to have to pretend a D here. Kind of hard to do with my marker. Deer, where's an R? It's kind of interesting that they did that. The deer goddess. Goddess. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. E. Look how they made that S. 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 The deer goddess. And just because I wasn't sure of my spacing, I'm going to come in here and let's just do some lines. Let's just do some lines to kind of, let's do a leaf. And a leaf. And a leaf. And let's do a line. And let's do a line around this shape. And let's connect these. No, let's leave that blank. This is good enough. And let's put one of these shapes in here. And let's put green in here again, just because I want green. I'm sorry that you guys are not getting a very good view of this. But I think you're getting an idea of what I'm doing. And let's do the blue around in here. Oops. Let's do the blue there. And there. I'm tempted to do it around there, but I'm going to leave it. And let's do blue in here. And let's actually bring it like that. I'll run off the page there. And do some orange in here. So there's my study of Art Deco for tonight. This is really Art Deco study 4. Let's bring my book over a little more. Let's see if I can fiddle with this camera. I should have left it alone. I should have left it alone. Go back. Back. It takes you a while to hear what I'm saying. One more. Come on. It's like I'm not getting the response time that I need. There. And I'm buffering. Let's clear all this out. And somebody sent me a note. Looks like Cheryl's talking to me. What are you saying to me, Cheryl? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Cheryl. Let's see, where is that at? Let me look at it. That's really pretty. I wish I could show it. I'm going to show it real fast. Isn't that beautiful? That is very much Art Deco style. That's very beautiful. It's almost a stained glass, isn't it? Okay, let me go back to my camera. So, this was Art Study 4. What time is it? It's just a little after 12. So, I'm going to have to call it a night. I don't like my streams to run too late, even if I don't do a marathon. I don't know what I did with the lid to this. So 12 o'clock is Eastern time is plenty. It's 11 o'clock Central, but I like to end it earlier for you gals on the East Coast, like Janet. You guys got to get to bed. I'm looking for the cap for that pen. Take it off of one that's getting dry if I can't find it. But I have a lot of fun with these markers, and I have a lot of fun. Here it is. I have a lot of fun studying them. Studying the different things. And even though it's not perfect, it did turn out, didn't it? I'm buffering again. Thank you, Cheryl. They said it was stained glass. Yeah. I think I got everything. I got these jot markers. I was going to test these out. I got these at the dollar store. I was going to test them and see how good they were compared to the 10 plus gear ones that I use. Let me put these away so I can. So what did we do tonight? We worked in the Angel book. We did the Miss Mary Mysteries. Let me go back to my page. We did that mind map thing, a defining destiny. We did. Oh, I think I did everything I wanted to do tonight, except for I wanted to draw a mobster, and I'm still kind of looking for a. I'm looking for a mobster with a hat, only I want hat to be angled. Like I want to do like a companion piece to this lady that I did. Only I want to do a mobster, a 1920s mobster, with his hat maybe angled that way. I could maybe invent him. And I want to do it in this same style. That was what I was going to do there. Otherwise, I did everything that we did the art trivia, we did the art study, we did the Miss Mary mystery. And don't forget, Frederick, our new gardener, has taken special notice of Destiny, and Destiny is kind of trying to figure out why. He kept staring at her. And she wasn't uncomfortable. It wasn't an uncomfortable stare. It was like she felt like he was trying to figure out something. So there's a mystery hidden in there. And we got very much we're forming a description of Destiny with our mind mapping here. I'm going to go in there and finish all this out, so that we can go back in and do a kind of a character study of Destiny. So I'm going to be doing that next week. I'm going to be finishing the mind map and the list of things. And then I'll review that with you and see what changes you guys want to make, what suggestions. Otherwise, we would be here till next Christmas defining destiny. So that's about all we did tonight. But it was fun. And I really thank you guys for coming, hanging out with me on a Friday night. Go look at some deco art like what Cheryl did. Try to, when you look at it, try to figure out what makes it a deco art style so different than, let's say, an abstract style. The other art style that was real popular in the 1920s was, oh, my head just went blank. It was like an abstract. Oh, my head went blank. Dadaism, not Dadaism, but it grew out of Dadaism. I've been talking too much. Am I buffering for you guys? I'm going to say good night. Good night, Lucia. Thanks for coming. Good night, everybody. Good night, Tony. Thanks for coming. Thank you all for sticking with me. Have a great weekend. Bye.